How old are you?
45.
You're
45 by the Matrix standards, but I'm
you're
going 15.
you're 45 by the Matrix standard, but you need me to introduce you.
Introduce me.
All right.
Introduce me.
So to everybody who has no idea who the lady beneath me is, her name is Susan Jewell. Next to and to my right is Christine Wins. Down in the corner of Hollywood Squares, down in there in the Akata corner is Jonathan Wins. Jonathan Close.
Jonathan Wins.
I married y'all already. Look how quick that happened. So you never know. In the apocalypse, anything can happen. And this is ancient knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
These folks are going to start you off, and I shall be right back.
Yeah.
We're live.
Talk
Okay.
about war a lot too. So Gerard might get cut off in a minute anyway.
Right.
Okay. So you were mentioning about Edward Kay. That was quite interesting, Susan.
Oh yeah. So I took screenshots of it because I just heard it the other day, and then when I talked about a topic, you said war. So it reminded me. So I would definitely have to do more research on it because I got different things about it. So here's what it said. So Edgar Cayce was born in 1877?
Yeah, something like that is, But he was
Go ahead.
Yeah, he was a very deep seeker, and he saw extremely deep. He saw visions of Egypt also. I mean, I don't have a book anymore of him because, of course, I also gave that away. Stupid me. Those precious books, I can't find them anymore.
You always give your favorite books away to people.
Yeah, so stupid, and I need them now.
Yeah.
Okay. So so he was like he was American, and he was like one of the biggest prophets of the 20th century.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are we in the 21st now?
Yeah, we are now in 21st.
Yeah, because it's actually it's not actually 2000, but they say it's year 2022, but we're in the 21st century, which makes it 100 years ahead because we're on some fucking weird time spell.
Exactly.
It's weird. None of it makes sense. Anyway, so anyway, this is one of the things he said, a quote. But I found it in two different kind of ways. So, and then like something about some interview, and when he was in a meditative dream state, this is when he said it. So, you know what I mean? Like I have to do more research. But and you know what though? He did predict like World War II and China's emergence as an economic leader of the world and stuff like that.
Right.
But so here's the one quote I got. Hope for the world will come from Russia, but not from communism or Bolshevism. No, but from free Russia. And then it says each person will then live for his fellow ...
Yeah, wow.
I can't find the original. So I got.
Okay. Yeah.
So from a free Russia will come hope for the world.
Yeah. Yeah, and he is not a communist, and he's not because everybody, you know what I saw? I saw a talk from with Putin, and there was Schwab and others, but everybody saw only the Putin and Schwab. But Putin was talking, I want to protect my people. I want to have the sovereignty of my people.
Yeah.
I want to, we have so many different ethnic groups in Russia only. And this is important. The traditions and the wisdom from Russia is, to me, very important. So he was not talking like Schwab. He was talking in a strategic way so it's not like, he's a puppet. He's absolutely not a puppet of Schwab. Absolutely
just because Putin took a picture with Schwab doesn't mean they're even friends or colleagues, or Putin is a head of state of a superpower. Of course, he's going to take pictures with a lot of people, Just because he took a picture with Schwab doesn't mean jack shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
And people
Just doesn't. Yeah.
But
Anyway.
because seriously, when it does come to Putin, right?
Mhm.
And it fucking sucks, okay? Because I love America. I mean, like real America.
Yeah, me too. I like the Wild West.
America. You know what I mean? You know, and so like, you know what I mean? But I'm sorry, right now America has no fucking leader at all. So sorry, I can't talk about anybody in a good way for America. So I'm sorry. We need to get our shit together or we're fucking screwed. But wait, audio only. Is Gerard trying to say something?
I don't know, is he?
Yeah, we will.
Gerard Mountain Cowpoke is in the stream with audio.
Yeah, he's trying to
fertile.
He's there. He's hiding. What's that? Huh?
He named himself Dances with Javelinas.
Yeah, but every time his name changes. Dances with coyotes, dances with javelinas, dances with cows probably now, and dancing in the shit of the cows. Anyhow.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, continue.
Okay. So where was I at?
We have no leader. There is no leader.
Yeah, we don't have any leaders right now, right? And like, so here's the thing though, okay? I don't know the history of Russia. I don't know enough Russian history or whatever. Supposedly Putin is a gangster and like kills everybody and takes over their shit. I don't know. I don't know all that part, right? This is what I do know. I do know the speeches I've heard from Putin, and he's very simple, logical, like states what he's saying matter-of-factly, and sometimes it's even funny, right? Because
he's really straightforward.
Calls out like the idiocy of the question.
Yeah. And he's speaking against the New World Order. He's totally against the globalism.
He's direct. He's intelligent. He's articulate, which alone right there is the antithesis of Western politicians who are deliberately misleading. They like to muddy the waters. They don't like to give specific answers to questions because they don't like real questions.
Right.
Exactly.
And so, he's already, he actually, I think, entertains and not only accepts, but invites real questions from real journalists. And I've seen him in interviews with Western journalists that are, doing their typical bullshit, trying to frame his answers.
He nails them down.
And get him into leading questions. And he just goes behind them sometimes and says, your question is based on X, Y, and Z, which is totally false.
Right. Yeah. And he crushes them in a minute. He crushes them in a minute.
He really does. Because, he's not only intelligent, but,
yeah, he's extremely strategist. So
he is.
I'm telling you, he wouldn't start this war if he doesn't know he's going to win. He's too intelligent. He's a genius. He's really a genius.
Yeah.
He knew there was nothing the West could do.
Yeah.
But so here's the thing, right? Like I said, so I know that about him from watching his interviews, right? And I know that he bans all Monsanto products and all GMOs. He banned them. He said that his country's going back to organic, natural farming because that's what's best for your health and people. And we could follow the westernized way of poisoning shit out of everyone, but we're not. Right. Secondly, COVID-19, whatever. Can you even say that shit? I forget I'm not free.
Donut shit.
Whatever. Yeah, donut.
Are we allowed to say that now? Alive?
So do you know that the most effective donut for the cuckoo
is the Russian one?
It's the Russian one. It's
exactly
the most effective with the least side effects.
And that is exactly true because my homeopath said if you can take a Russian vaccine, take that if you have to go. But those vaccines are not accepted in US.
Right. Well,
already know
on,
that.
Like real news. It was on news that you have to read or that like other people do.
Yeah, but because I was reading for going to US and then they say vaccines from those and those countries are not accepted.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really. I will show. Yeah, exactly. So they know they're effective. They're too good.
Right.
That's one thing. And also he yeah, he's like brilliant. He's not a fool. He's a brilliant chess player, but he has really understanding of the art of war. That is Putin, 100%.
Okay, so and then like I said, and then there was this one other thing where the workers weren't being paid, and they were complaining about shitty work conditions, so they petitioned the government, right? And Putin himself went there and he sat down those people, the owners of those businesses, and was like, you got till the end of the day to pay your workers everything you owe them, and you got 90 days to improve these conditions, or the government will take it. Now, the government shouldn't. I don't think government should have power to take your shit. I don't care, but I do agree with that. I do agree with, like, you better pay your people.
No,
fix this shit.
He went in there and to these corporations and to these owners and this owner class and said, "Get your shit straight." I saw that same video.
Yeah,
me too. I saw that.
That was really brilliant. And he's not afraid to tell them, that you're being corrupt and unjust, and get this fixed now.
Yeah, and that is what my guru said. He is very dharmic. That means he's on the right path, or on the red path, and he's trying to protect and to save humanity from all those satanic ritualism, because he's speaking openly against the satanic and rituals in the West. He has had a speech about that too. I saw that too. And but he is, and he is, he's strategic in the war, because I sent the video. So he is only attacking targets which are very, the military place, and not hospitals, not populations. He doesn't attack those. He's trying to encircle whole Ukraine, encircle them, and of course he wants to overthrow the Nazi government, because he thinks, he feels like Russia is one with Ukraine, and they want to put a better president. But he doesn't. He wants the people with him. He doesn't want the people against him from Ukraine, and that's why he's extremely careful. Sometimes he seizes the fire, he goes back, and then say, "Oh yeah, Russia already lost." It's not true. You have no idea what strategic he's using. Yeah. And that's why I do believe he's an incarnation of the Pandavas from the Mahabharata, who were extremely, they were very, very, very highly intelligent and half deities. The Pandavas were half deities. They were a mix of humans and deities.
Okay, well, you're scaring me now, Christine, because you're talking about how a politician might be a half deity, and I'm over this worshiping a bunch of politicians.
No, but he's not. Don't worship. But if he's an incarnation, but that Rama, he was a king, he was a deity. Krishna was a deity, he was a king. The old, ancient India, they had deities as king, and they were very they gave prosperity to their people, but they were also very strict against what is wrong. And sorry, I'm not going to worship, it's not on my altar, it's only Shri Mataji, nobody else is on my altar. But I want to say, if that is a high incarnation of a very high evolved soul, let's say that a human who is already very high evolved, and is I find him, I cannot really find like he is always defending, he's never attacking. Does he start a war when he doesn't need to? No. He was helping Syria as only one in the time with Syria, war with Syria. Who was helping Syria? Only Russia.
Yeah, well, here's the thing too. Well, first of all, right, we buy oil from Russia, and
are you too? America too?
Yes, you're right. I think it was 7% of our oil comes from Russia. But anyway,
70% we also have.
You can't say that I have to go to war with somebody and then you're buying their shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why I'm worried.
That's stupid and ridiculous. That's
so. Yeah, if they cut off the energy, then of course the new world order, they can have their alternative energy, like all those bullshit, and so they can. No oil anymore, because it's a global so bad. That's what I want to achieve. But I know that in Russia you can buy very cheap houses, because there was here a Russian living here, that the wife from Elias, who was once giving meditation. She's from Russia, and she said we get very much subsidized to have to start a business, to buy a house. So whatever they want to, and they got the farmers who wants to farm in some really far away places, they get the land for free from Russia, because they want more and more improve organic farming, and they get it for free. And I know that from a Russian lady. It's not coming out of my mouth.
Well, that's my whole thing. Like, first of all, like, I'm not saying, whatever. Like, I want the whole fucking shit to just fall apart. Every government just crumble.
Yeah, true.
And people, like, I know it's messed up because people are going to lose their minds and kill each other. Good.
They will. That is what's going to happen.
Left is to merge a beautiful place, because I can't stand these people anymore.
Oh, did you see the prediction from Claudia Stauper?
No.
She wrote on. You have to go on YouTube, and she also had a kind of prediction, and there was said that in Paris, people will kill themselves. This insanity will get there, like it will erase themselves totally. Paris. Germany will be attacked. They will be totally also erased from the map. UK will get poisoned by a yellow stuff. I don't know what. Yeah, you have to see that. It's like, oh my gosh. And then is also the prediction, like, in Moses, when you don't have to go outside, because when you do that, you have to put a sign on your door, because if not, then your firstborn will be killed. Something like that. Was thinking about that. So at the point, there is so much poison outside that you have to stay inside, and you have to have enough food inside for at least a week, I think. And don't go outside, because when you go outside, you will be immediately dead. I don't know what that means, because that guy was from 59, but maybe it's about the 5G or something. I think it's more what I believe, because also in the prediction from the Hopis, they said the rivers will be boiling. And for me, all that kind is referring to energy, to 5G energy, radiation. That is what I believe.
Yeah.
And everything.
Our reality is becoming a lot more, every day, more like science fiction in the 1950s.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, but wait, I want to say this real quick, okay? Back to Putin real quick. So I was watching, I think it was Russell Brand, but he showed a clip of Klaus Schwab talking about how they penetrate the cabinets of the government, right? And then and that they had their thing for young leaders and Trudeau and whatever. And he mentioned Putin. So Putin
I know.
was part of the World Economic Forum at some point. So here's the thing: either he was a part of it and was like, "Whoa, these people eat babies."
I think so.
Right? Or he's fucking master art of war, and he's getting people to be all like, "Oh yeah, Putin's a good guy," and because to be the hero, like a true villain to be the hero or whatever, they have to do good things too. They have to do things that seem really good. And like for me, the whole Monsanto thing just wins me over right there. Like at least I'm eating healthy food.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, that's the thing. I saw that too. But I think what I believe is that Putin is extremely strategic, and that he be a member of it, not because he's a puppet of them. Putin is not a person to be a puppet of anyone. He won't accept anyone above.
Trump, and that is why they had to get rid of him. And trust me, I don't like, you know what I mean? I don't like leaders at all.
Yeah.
So
I know.
But it's my hypothetical on the lesser of two evils, but I will never vote again because I don't need a fucking leader.
No, I would never vote either. Anyhow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's true. But if people are so easily befooled and there is no intelligence, come on, they will destroy each other. That will happen.
I think Putin has always known exactly who these people are.
Yeah, I think so too.
He's always known exactly who he's up against. He's never been naive. Kennedy, I think, was naive. Kennedy,
in the beginning.
I think Kennedy was
went after the CIA with half measures. If he'd gone to war with them, he might have stood a chance.
Yes.
But
he was too naive, because
he only fired half of them. If he gone out, and it would have been tough in the short term. But if he basically shut down the CIA instead of leaving it half alive, like he did with his policies, things would have been a lot different.
Yeah.
So I think Putin is much smarter. I think he's much more strategic.
Yeah, true. Yes, I think so too. Yeah, you're right about that. I think Kennedy could have been if he was a better strategist, he would have had more results.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But anyway, he was also smart and very loving, actually, Kennedy, for the people.
Yes, he was very, very. Yeah.
But that's where the situations we are in. People get more and more fooled, and they will destroy themselves. That is destruction from within.
Well, I'm sorry. People cheerleading Ukraine have no idea what that government is, or what it's done in Donetsk or Lugansk or any of the provinces that are breakaway. No, you don't know shit. You don't know that government is basically a neo-Nazi organization propped up by the West to get a foothold in Russia. That's what it is.
Exactly.
Sorry. That's what it is. Anyway, sorry. And it
100%. And it was mind-blowing. I was discussing with someone say, and then Americans, I mean, not you guys, but Americans, Putin should not have started the war. I say, who says you're Americans? America is bombing the shit out of 2/3 of the world. And that's okay, but now we have to be upset about the war from Russia? Are you totally out of your mind? What do you do? I mean, no, America doesn't do that. Say, what? You're totally blind now because you hate Putin? And now America is a nice guy? Biden is suddenly a nice guy? Are you totally out of your mind? I cannot understand people. I mean,
literally within 48 hours, the whole narrative just completely transformed, turned on its head within 48 hours.
Yeah. The cabal must laugh their ass off. The cabal must laugh their ass off. The stupidity of human beings. I wouldn't mind. We should be erased. The stupidity is unbearable.
Oh, I'm not going to die. Okay. We're not all going to die because of war or corrupt politicians or the poisoning of our food. That's not why we're all going to die. We're all going to die because of stupidity. That is why we're all going to die.
That is exactly
the basic reason of why we're all going to die.
And that's why we deserve to die. I mean, 100%. I'm totally for the cabal now. I mean, it's not any more fun. If I was with the cabal, I would say, "Oh my God, they're so stupid. What's the fun now? There's no challenge anymore. They're too stupid." I mean, I would think that. Yeah, but it's true. Suddenly, the narrative changes, and now MS, the mainstream media, is such holy again.
Right.
They don't lie.
They're all self-righteous, and look how humanitarian we are. We're,
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm pretty sure, and I think they've probably already tried this, but stories of Russian atrocities against Ukrainians.
Oh yeah, you hear them every day now.
Right.
That soon they will say Russian took the babies out of the houses and were tearing them apart.
Right.
Something
the whole
like
thing,
that.
like they did with the Iraq thing. But the thing is that with the slightest scrutiny, the slightest degree of critical pushback on those stories, they just fall apart. So they have to just spray the public with them, and hopefully some of it sticks.
Well, yeah, it is. We're talking about it now. This is what I mean. I can't stand it anymore. They literally put in our heads what they want us to think about all day long. I can't stand it. And it doesn't matter. You can turn off the TV. You're still going to hear it from someone, somewhere. It's like literally, like Gerard's the only free person right now.
I know. I have a friend in Finland. She lives in a lodge, and she said, if I don't get in America, I go to the lodge with you. And she has a beautiful lodge. You would love it. That was what I visited 2 years ago. It's in the forest. She has a sauna and right to a lake, and she has a big garden. And it's 500 kilometers away from the city. 500 kilometers. It's like 400 miles or something. You cannot find it at all, and it's nicely. And yeah, of course, in the winter it's cold. I mean, it's very cold. Finland. It's minus 20 and things. Yeah, that's the
right. Finland in February. Yeah,
that's really cold. I cannot. I think I cannot.
Yeah. Right.
And it's dark in the winter. It's more dark. So she's close next to the Russian border. Russian border. She's like, I did bicycle to the Russian border. So good. And yeah, we were laughing. I mean, she said, okay. So I say, okay, if I have no other chance, then if I cannot. Well, anyhow, it's a joke. It's such a joke. I mean, a tragedy and a joke too. Tragedy and joke. And it's people worshipping now Ukraine now. It's such a holy country suddenly.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you see it everywhere.
Yeah,
references to
Ukraine
and then
so people
everywhere.
like the victimized of people. You see such lovely people living there. Say hey.
They're making the Facebook profile frames right now for it.
Yeah, true. I said, and I was crazy.
Yeah.
We are.
Everybody knows what the Ukraine flag looks like now.
Yeah, true. It's everywhere. It's on every altar.
They do now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's so stupid. Yeah, so anyway, let's talk about something cool.
Yeah.
Let's talk about real stuff. Like how the hell I'm getting out of here. Yeah, I need all of you to meditate so my DNA can activate so I can vibrate myself to plug out of here. Seriously, that's what people did. We built pyramids and moved things with our minds and sang songs that lifted 5,000-ton stones and did really cool things. And now we're like watching video game clips being like, oh, look, Russia attacked Ukraine.
Yeah, video games, and it says Russia attacking, and it's a video game. All those videos, none of these videos are from Ukraine. None.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, a reincarnation of myself 10,000 years ago could literally lift stones with my mind. I'm sick of this fucking cycle.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the media has already been caught with crisis actors and recasting old photos of Palestinian children confronting Israeli soldiers and passing that off as Ukrainian children confronting Russian soldiers.
I didn't know Ukrainians were so dark.
No, they're actually very.
That's my racist shit.
And supposedly crisis actors that died, by being bombed by Russians actually were used. The same people, the same images were being used.
Yeah.
When?
No, they literally used a video game clip, dude. They literally used a video game clip.
Yes. Okay.
And then when I say it's the Matrix and they're projecting things into our heads so we create this dystopian nightmare, I'm called a retard. But are you serious? That's exactly what they're doing. They're playing a video game to you, telling you that it's real, so you'll go support it.
Yeah.
No, and they have even images from war from Syria put on from Syria. That's so crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm tired. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm tired. I got played most of my life, therefore I can recognize many red flags.
Yeah, we can. We're Scorpio.
As dwarves got red flags all frig over it.
Yeah,
and they're not Russian.
No, it's true. That's why I think now I believe there's only 20% of the people will be left over, because the stupid. I think God doesn't mind so much, but I think God is also angry with stupidity. I think it's more like that. Stupidity is oh my God, it's unbearable. The stupidity.
Okay, can you imagine being God, right?
And oh my God, like, yeah.
Oh, I created all this beauty and heaven, and look at all these energy waves, and oh look, my little creators that I made, and they can walk on water, move rocks with their mind, and vibrate to other planets, and then looking down and we're doing this stupid shit.
And I say, okay, whoop,
Yeah.
Yeah. If I was God, no, I
our
can.
way too.
If I was God, I would look 5 seconds. Say, okay, yeah, delete this game. Delete those people. We don't need them. There is 10,000. So that would be 5 seconds, and I would be gone with it. Oh yeah, I would not be a good God. My compassion would last 5 seconds, and okay, let's delete.
And supposedly we're the upgrade, right? We're the
Yeah, we
upgrade
should be
from
the
like
upgrade.
all
But
the human-like people that came before us, right? All the other, what is it?
Yeah.
Strands of us, species of us, whatever you want to call it. Denisovians, Neanderthals, all them, right? Supposedly we're the upgraded version. Yeah.
Yeah, we supposedly, but I think the animals are much more smarter than we are, for sure.
I don't think they're
if we're
smarter.
the upgraded version, I want to know about the rest of the production line. Wow, if we are the upgraded version.
Yeah, they built pyramids that we couldn't figure out, but we're the upgraded version.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Damn it, what was I just gonna say? What are we talking about? Oh, animals. I think animals seem more evolved to us because they act in their nature. We don't act in our nature. We act totally against our nature.
Yeah.
And I animals, hate when people say, I hate when people say, oh yeah, it's in man's nature to kill and right? No, not really. And like, it's in our nature to protect, but to go out and deliberately kill, no, that's not.
That's learned.
We've been brainwashed and behaved
to do
into this like slave master power thing, and that's not us. That's not our truth.
No, that's projected into us, but we are not that. Right. But an animal can smell evil. I mean, my guru said animal smells evil. They run away with it or they attack it. But humans have not even that discretion. They are easily fooled. Animals are not fooled.
No.
They of course, when they feel danger, they run away. But if there is a predator, and the predator is more strong, they will be attacked and they will be eaten. But that's the nature of animals. But they have much more discretion than we do. They know. That's also why they feel when there is a nature disaster coming, like in the time of tsunamis. When like in 2000, when was a big tsunami in Asia, Indonesia and Thailand. When was that? I don't remember anymore. But the animals, the people were noticing the animals were already fleeing days before it happened out of the region.
Right.
So they feel
that's a common thing, with earthquakes. Dogs supposedly know when an earthquake is coming. Their behavior changes really, like they know it's coming, and it's a weird thing. But I think with the lead up to Mount St. Helens in '81, I think people were observing birds fleeing the area and a whole bunch of other animals that were like, "Fuck, I'm out of here," gone. Yeah. So that's of course. Well, it's nature. Nature is conscious.
Yeah, and they cannot go out of their nature because they don't have an ego and a conditioning, because they always act in the present. That's why they only do the right thing. I mean, they escape if they can.
They've got senses that abilities and ways of knowing things that we don't, or rather aren't aware of.
Yeah, but we have those senses too. We've just been so far out of touch with nature that we are out of touch with ourselves, and we don't know how to access those senses. Like something like we say a sixth sense, right? What is that? That is something that our body senses and picks up when there's something like someone staring at us, and we just know that, right? We feel it. That's another sense that we actually have. We just don't know how to like our eyes or our sense of smell or whatever, you know what I mean? But the reason why they can navigate and pick up on like changes in the weather is because they have magnetite crystals in their brains and their ear canals, which we do too. but they just have been using them forever, and didn't have some like master eagle telling them they can't fly.
true.
So you know what I mean? And we've been told we can't fly all our lives, so we think we can't. And that's why ours don't work as well.
Right. Plus, I mean, this is probably something we have talked about before on this show, but genetic manipulation back in 50,000 years ago, 100,000 years ago, we don't know.
Yeah.
But the stories are all have curious elements in them. The Enki Enlil stories, from the Sumerian tablets.
Yep.
The really cryptic stuff that's in the early parts of the Bible, the Gilgamesh legends from Babylon, and then that's just the Near East. That doesn't even cover the legends that we get out of Mesoamerica and South America from the peoples that live there.
Yeah, but even what is Jesus? Jesus is just a legend, a story about a man who could do miraculous things. I mean, I think he existed, but I'm just saying it's the same thing as like Gilgamesh or Enki or Enlil or Horus or any other Quetzalcoatl. It's the same thing. A man, right? Because all those gods looked like us.
Right.
You know what I mean? Some might have been taller, but they all look like us, you know? So these were just men. In my opinion, a lot of the gods that we talk about were just men that were more in tune with their entire, like I was telling you before, the pyramids were called the House of Netters, and Netters.
Yeah, but they were,
Go ahead.
Yeah, I will say, but they were, The thing is, I believe in gods, and I think we can become godlike, but sometimes, God, what we call God creates the world and nature and things like that, and he has gods among him, but I think, and they can incarnate, that they do incarnate on earth, but they take a human form, but they are actually they're gods. I mean, I believe that, but they act like human beings. But they are not human beings. But we are, with our ego and arrogance, we think, oh yeah, he's just a human being. But that's the Maya they create. Because if they would appear like real gods, like they did in the old times, we would be scared because we cannot handle that energy.
Mm-hmm.
But what am I? I'm an immortal being inhabiting a human body, right?
Yeah, but we are human beings, and we have a spirit. We are a spirit, but we are created like gods, but we are not gods, and we can become godlike, but we are not gods. I mean, but that is the humbleness of human beings. I mean, that's what I believe. But that's
humbleness. I'm a goddess stuck in this body.
What did you say?
I said, screw being humble. I'm a goddess stuck in this mortal body.
Yeah, but the thing is, the goddess works when it's humble. You get your godly power when you're humble, and your God and your powers. No, it's really true. People who are extremely humble in very dangerous times, and they totally surrender, they will be saved. But if we say, oh, I can do it, and our ego is working, we might not be saved. It's really the surrendering to that power that we become like it, or almost like it. But if we don't, that's what I believe. That's just my opinion. So anyhow, but I'm the old Indian. I'm in that kind of wisdom or whatever. Maybe my priority. That's how I am educated, or brainwashed. I don't know. I think it's really valuable wisdom, and that's why if you read the Vedas, if you read the Mahabharata, it's very beautiful. It's very, the personalities in it. It's amazing. But it's like reading Shakespeare. It's like reading the Ramayana. It's amazing. Oh, you have to read the Ramayana. I was reading when I was in India, because I had to wait, and you have trains for 3 days, and in that all this. And I think, okay, now I'm in India, I want to read the Ramayana. It's amazing how beautiful it's written, how beautiful the fight is, how beautiful. It's a play. For the gods, this is a play, yeah? This is a play. It's just a play. And if they want to end the play, they will do it. And if we can watch the play without being involved, then we will win. But if we get already easily triggered by the media, that's already the first thing we fail in. We get triggered by stupid media and we get out of our godlike thing, the most stupid thing. So how do we expect to be gods if we are already so easily triggered? I mean, it's true.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm stupid. I know that I could do godlike shit if I got my shit together, but I don't know how to do it. And I think you have to have a more harmoniously collective balance, and that's why. So for now, I'm just blaming it on everybody else. Get your shit together so I can have my godlike powers.
No, but we all have to do it. I'm not saying I'm certainly not better, but I can see that we're failing big time. We're failing big time.
Yeah, but like, okay, so Jesus, right? He was born, right? So and that's what I'm saying, because okay, there's a lot of some stories are like, okay, maybe that was a god, right? Like, who was it? Osiris, right? He got chopped up, and then,
true.
Isis. I can't remember why.
The thing.
But she sewed them back together, or whatever, and put them back together.
Yeah, true. But these are similar. But we call that myths. But that has been in the old time. It's reality. If you read
in a golden sarcophagus, I think, put him in the Nile.
Yeah. They cut him up and threw him in the Nile. She had to go find all his body parts to put them back together, and she put them back together in a pyramid.
But that's but that's what they do. But you can do that. I mean, we cannot because. But if if you live in old ancient Egypt and you were a priestess learning about the magic, you would be able to do that. You would be able to do that.
Okay, but see, that's what I'm saying. I feel like that's like God powers, right?
Yeah, but we can have those powers if we go to that mindset, and yeah.
But then that just confirms my point that they're just men. If we can do that, then there is something godlike in us. Or at least God connected, or where and it even says it in all the text, we can directly draw from the source, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
So we can become like
we can, but we are not the source.
God, but like little p gods, we can become them.
But we are not the source. We have to plug in.
We have to be in touch with the source. Exactly. That's what I mean. There's
that's
like God, and then like one day maybe I can be Freya.
Yeah.
Those kind of gods. That's what I want to do. I want big, huge cats pulling me around in a chariot and like being able to do cool things like make gold apples. I don't know. That's what I want to do.
You can do that. You know, that's what if you read the Ramayana. And Sita and Rama, they had to flee from because somebody else stole the kingdom for a while, and he was banned to the forest. And then suddenly, she wanted to see. She liked deer. Sita is the wife of Rama, Sri Rama, and suddenly there was a golden deer. But they can't do that. All this kind, and that's a play for them. But they have to play the drama for us to learn. That's why all those holy people they suffer so-called, but they play the drama, but they are not involved in the drama.
Right.
So like Jesus died on the cross, but he was kind of playing the drama. He was not involved in it. Yeah, he suffered, but he was suffering and he was not suffering because he was watching his suffering, not. Yeah, I don't know how we do. You know what you do when you have an accident. I had once a big accident with my car. I was like 20 years ago. I took the wrong exit, and that's because I took another way, and I was thinking like usually. So instead, I was really dreaming of taking the exit. I was going off the bridge, really off the bridge, and my car was rolling 2 times over, and I was just watching it. I was out of my body, I think, and I was just watching what was happening.
Yeah.
And then then of course I ended up in the hospital. But then you're out, you're just watching it, you don't feel it because you just That's what happens. That's what a mother does when she sees her baby in danger. She will do extremely strong powers to save her baby, and that is when she's not involved, but she's literally seeing the game and she acts. And then you have all those godlike powers. But yeah, I don't know how to explain it. But you must have already have a sense of that you were like in a kind of situation that you were, something else was acting through you.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and I think I know that we can have a better world because I've been in one before. Like I feel it with all my soul that we don't live naturally.
That's our remembering of our life before. We know that all 4 of us, we have that. Otherwise we would not be here. I'm 100% sure about that.
Yeah, and I'm 100% sure that we're all hard-headed and some reason have picked apocalypses more than once. I have a feeling that we're assholes.
We are 100% too. Yeah. I think we don't evolve. We how do you call it? We devolve.
Revolve. Exactly.
Revolve. Yeah.
Exactly. No more revolutions. Let's get over that shit.
Yeah. True. Yeah. I don't know. When is it? 5 March. There is the truckers convoy from America, which might be beautiful. But if they did a martial law in Canada, why shouldn't they do it in America?
What do you think? The protests don't start till Sunday. They don't have the excuse yet.
Nothing.
Now, hi, Gerard.
Hello.
Hey, Gerard, you might like this one, right? Because she brought up Jesus, and I was thinking about this the other day, right? So you know how they say, oh, Jesus died for your sins, right? And like Catholics ran with that one, like, right? I can do whatever I want. Jesus died for my sins. I just gotta say sorry, right? So do you think that was because I'm sorry, I think he died because he was trying to free people's minds. I don't think he died for our sins.
That's true, but that is sin. The sin is for the mind of the people. That's the mind which is possessed.
And then I feel like too that kind of was it short-skirted, whatever, personal responsibility, right? Because I'm not responsible for my sins, because as long as I say I'm sorry, right? Because he died for them. And that takes away personal responsibility.
Yeah. But that's how they interpret.
If I do this is gonna damn my soul because it's my soul.
But Susan, that is how people use always the word of God, always as in their advantage, but not like it is actually really meant. We have always excuses to use God for what we think is good. To use, like I see it in our group, and the guru is always used for their own advantage, not for what she really meant to say, for truth. Because it takes a man, I want to say, it takes a personality to confront with what is in you and what you think others do, but what is also in you. You can only, what is it? The world around you is a mirror of yourself. Mm-hmm. Isn't that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So what I do when I look at the scripture is I try to determine, is this some manism bullshit, or is it something that a God that creates universes and dimensions would have any interest in?
Right.
And I have to be honest and say that and before I say it, because the Christians here and they kind of flip out. I'm not a Christian. I'm a follower of Christ, which is why I can't be a Christian, because they don't follow Christ.
Yeah, true.
So it doesn't make any sense that Christ died on the cross for your sins.
Yeah.
Like when I read,
well, the Gnostics challenged that even happened.
Yeah. And
we would have had their version of the story if they'd won.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but
Jesus is a literary figure. There are many different Jesuses, depending on the different gospel that you read.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So let me jump in for a bit. Let me finish the point. And that is, it does sound like some manism. right? Because if Christ died on the cross for your sins, and you can do any sin you want, as long as you go pay the Catholic Church and kind of make some statements, you know, that began the invasion of the world. Like all the crusades and all the murdering, the burning women on the crosses, calling them witches, you know. And so what I do look at in scripture is that, is this an excuse for kings to do the evil psychopathic stuff they were always up to? Like I when I read scripture, I focus on the commandments. Because
the 10 commandments, that's all you need to follow.
Yeah, because what I see is that the commandments lay things out, and the rest of a lot of the scripture are altered by kings to make excuses for when they can break those commandments. Right. Yeah. So there, thou shalt killing, thou shalt, you know, coveting thy neighbor's resources.
Yeah, and that's true. And that's my guru also says, if you have to follow one thing from the Bible, then do the 10 commandments. That's it. That's the most important. Because everything is wrongly interpreted, is written not by followers of Jesus, by criticizers of Jesus, not by people who lived with him. There is one still buried somewhere in Egypt, a part of the Bible which is written by an apostle. I don't know which one. And I think it's still buried. And but literally, because he wrote literally what was said. Like then you can read what he really said. He never talked against women, or women were most important for him. Do you read that in the Bible? No.
Right. Well, men alter the Bible.
Anything about it.
Yeah, men alter the Bible for men. Well, not the Bible. It's scripture. There's no such thing as the Bible. Right. So men alter it. Just how the Greeks culturally appropriated Jesus by changing his name from Yeshua to Jesus, because they felt that Jesus was a Greek name. So I appreciated what Jonathan said in terms of, you know, these are literary stories, right? These are stories that people have written over time, what they experienced, and the vast majority we don't read. The vast majority are kept from us in the Vatican.
Exactly.
You know, and so my disclaimer to Christians is that, why is your church hiding the majority of the scriptures that help you put together the interfaces with God or Jesus or disciples? And why are they hiding from you? Like, you don't censor information unless you're deceitful.
Yeah, but the thing is, they create a slave mind by that kind of writing, because we were not meant to be, absolutely not. That is what they do. And also, like the Cabal is always predicting what is going to happen through movies and other things, and then they say, "Oh, we're not guilty." They said yes to it. That's the same. That I can do whatever I want, but because Jesus it takes our sins. That's just kind of the same wrong, pathetic, psychopathic interpretation of
Well, the kings always wanted to be God. Yeah. And how do you become God? Is you alter the scriptures and change what the church can do, and then you speak for God.
Yeah.
And the same people who started Christianity as a religion are the same people who started the Vatican, and we all know they eat babies. So
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What happened to Jonathan? Great.
He got trouble. Oh, now we're 2. Okay.
3 and now we're 2.
Yeah, maybe he's on a difficult spot. No, he's at home, I think. Yeah, I don't know. I think he was home. Jonathan.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. Anyhow. But it's the thing is, humans are very good in escaping responsibility for their actions. That's what I want to say.
Yes.
So,
like, even on a personal level, because so I kind of get into arguments with people. I got an argument with Jar, right? Because we were arguing over who has a better slave master, China or America. Yeah, that's what we are. It was a 30-hour car trip, people. So
yeah, you absolutely can discuss something. Yeah.
Yeah, we ended up getting into an argument about that. But because like the things I've been through or whatever, right? And he was saying, like, how can you, whatever, for a government or country or whatever that did what they did to you. But here's the thing, like we say, like, oh, the world is 10% what happens, 90% how you react, right? So no matter how shitty your life is, no matter how bad things get or what happens to you, you still have a choice after that thing happens on how you handle it, what you do.
True.
You know what I mean? And like, if I never took personal responsibility for any of that, then I would still be like a crazy asshole.
But that's true. People change only by their own deeds. Yeah. It's
right.
you. Yeah. If you don't take responsible, even if you're sitting in very, very difficult circumstances, it is still you have to handle it in the best way possible. And it could be very difficult. I'm not going to say that, but that's the creativity of if you're positive, how you can solve problems which seems impossible to solve. And that's also what I mean. Don't get too much outside of your own being. So, because the solution comes from yourself most of the time, or from within your intuition. And then, yes, and that means sometimes you have to be totally on your own, and that everybody can, it's like you see now, so many people, what I feel is following, I think I cannot do that. This seems to be wrong. And still you have to be faithful to yourself, what you believe, whether it's true or not, because if it's Mr. Or Mrs. say A or B, and you follow their advice and it turns out to be disastrous, that's much more painful than you do what you think you have to do, and it's maybe not good, but at least you followed your own you did your own thing and you can learn from it. But if you follow someone else's advice and then you're in the mess, that's much more painful, I think.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's how I see it. Even if we learn by trial and error, but
yeah.
But it's like you said, we have to change. Yeah, change is always within. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, it's the same old story. You change the world. Start with yourself. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, that's why I say about I get frustrated, because it really is like stupid at this point. It is so stupid. Like I say all the time, we're the ones that go to work. We're the ones that operate everything and run everything. Like, even those rich people, they're not going to have electricity if you don't show up to the power plant the next day for them at work. You know what I mean? They would all cave, because rich or not, resources or not, they still depend on us. You know what I mean? Like, the CEO of BP Oil and Gas doesn't know how to run a gas rig or an oil rig. He doesn't know how to do any of that. If all those guys don't show up, then none of that stuff runs. So I don't understand why we as a people still think that they're in power and they're in control. They're not.
Because we give them.
Run everything. We just pretend that someone else is above us. And I don't understand why we're still in that mindset. And I don't think, like, oh, if there's no rules and everybody will just go crazy. I don't think so. Like, do you think it's really everybody's like desire and heart intention to like go out and murder and take everybody else's stuff if their police didn't exist anymore? No. I don't think that would be everybody's first thought. So I really don't understand why we can't just be us. Like, just do what we always do, but without all the extra bullshit created by these people that
that's because of the Matrix. Yeah. And that's just crazy. You're right. That's because of the Matrix that make us believe that. And we believe that. I mean, that's all the problem. We don't stand in our own realm.
No.
I think.
No, we literally live one reality, but think it's a different reality, and it's not. It, like, none of us trust our own everyday experience without an outside influence telling us what our everyday experience is.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. And that's why we will go down.
No. That's why you gotta stop reading. I can't even read anymore.
Yeah. Don't go to work, yes, but you have to be. But the thing also is, we have to be self-sustainable. Also, it's not like okay, I'm not. I mean, there has to be a kind of preparation. Like I'm not. I'm going off grid, but with step by step by step by step. You cannot. Okay, tomorrow I'm gonna do. Nobody else is. I'm gonna be totally free, but you will be totally dying soon too.
How come I'm backwards?
Hmm?
Like that guy up there. Why can't I do my finger? That
Gerard, I think she's engaging in some
pointing
kind
at you.
of, Gerard, I think she's like putting a spell on you or something like that. You would have.
I guess it's all reverse mirrored, and I don't know my right. Yeah, it's the left on there. Okay.
Yeah.
You're dysfunctional electric. It's a thing.
No, because Christine said you can't just wake up one day and say, "Hey, I'm going to go off grid," and I was like, "That guy there."
Yeah, you did, but you were prepared. Come on. No, I mean, you were prepared because you know how to garden. You knew. I mean, it's not like you didn't know anything. Well, I mean, if somebody is always, I mean, you know what to do. I mean, you're not totally prepared, but you are a bit prepared.
So you can literally just wake up one day and say, I'm moving off grid, but you're most likely going to die unless you're planned. And depending on where you move, you have to make sure.
It's kind of a little bit prepared. I mean, of course.
Right. Unless it's the end of the world and you get a war with Russia and food prices are going up and you wait to the last minute, then you don't have a choice. You got to move off grid and just risk it.
That's true.
Or stand in food lines and become whatever kind of slave they want you to become.
I don't know, because I gave it to him.
Bowing to big corporations.
Yeah, but that is what is happening. People might just wake up one day without being prepared.
I can't find them.
There's two kinds of preparation. There's two kinds of preparation, and that's physical preparation. And there's also mental and emotional preparation, being ready for when the crisis does come, and doing your thinking.
Yeah, like Claudia, she has she has all this kind of food preparation, and she is totally ready. I mean, she lives off grid, so she's totally she will survive all of it.
Oh, we've been stocking up on canned foods and big bags of rice, flour, sugar, so you can make beans. The basics, bread.
The basics is good, and you can have wild herbs for food.
Yeah, beans. Yeah, I bought all kinds of seeds, but I'm gonna get plants to do the garden and just hang on to my seeds. Yeah, I'm ready. I have weapons.
Yeah, but you're ready. You're ready.
Multiple kinds of weapons.
Yeah, I don't have weapons.
I go now and I fight. Yeah.
I don't have a weapon. If you put a weapon in my hand, that would not end well, I think.
Right.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Oh yeah, you can go. So anyhow, but I mean, it's just you need to be a little bit prepared, of course. But if somebody gets crazy idea, good idea, but he doesn't do anything, it's not going to work. I mean, that's the same as. Because Gerard was prepared. I mean, not totally, and he learns by trial and error. But he was a bit prepared.
I'm sure Gerard would be the first to admit that he would do things slightly different. Huh?
You're back.
I said he wasn't prepared.
Not enough.
No.
I'm sure he'd do things differently if
true.
You could do it all over again, definitely.
Yeah, but you never know. That's like you start building a house and people say, oh, if I would build it again, I would have this to do different. That's always, it's the way of trial and error. So if you build another house, it would be better, and another house will be so more better.
But, being out there, you see how really what he did is really
is amazing. Yeah,
it's really amazing.
Seriously, I told him, I was like, Gerard, you like deserve some award or something. I was like, like seriously, it is mind blowing, especially the fact that like he did it by himself.
Yeah, totally.
And it is freaking dark out there. So before he had anything, you know how dark that was out
yeah,
there
it must be.
with no protection because he didn't have the dogs the whole time.
Right.
Like seriously, Gerard is a person, yeah, that I want on my militia. Yeah, he gets it done. So yeah, it's amazing what he did out there by himself. Like crazy amazing. I would have broke. I would have broke. I ain't even lying. I mean, in the forest, I would have my little nervous breakdowns, get together and keep going. But out there,
in the desert,
freaking the plants are trying to kill you. I would have freaked. I would have lost my mind.
Yeah, I would not know either. I would really not know. Yeah,
No.
I was surely not alone. I mean, you have to. I mean, he did it totally alone. I mean, it's so much different than you have with 2 or with 3. Yeah. That's funny.
I mean, I spent like a year alone, but I mean, like I had my kids around and stuff like that. Like I wasn't socially active with people for like a year, and I spent a lot of time in the forest, but I still had people around. You know what I mean? Like he was by himself. Like that was, that was amazing that he did that.
Yeah, that is. And we will be safe in disasters to come. You guys. I mean, that would be nice.
Belgium's Christine's like, well, you guys will be safe. I'm in Belgium. I'm gonna die.
Like that, I was like to take
She's like, I can walk to the bombing.
Yeah, we will soon bombed.
Real quick, because it's just, I don't know, unless you guys want me to read the chapter. Hold on.
It's already.
It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 paragraphs. But I don't know. It's up to you guys. It's in the Hermetica. It's knowledge of Atum, which Atum is God. Oh, here's Gerard. I was trying to find time, guys.
I didn't do it. I didn't do it. A lot of people named Gerard with bald heads.
Yeah, you did. You built it.
I did not do it. I absolutely didn't.
Okay, if I'm not going to read the chapter,
you can't get out of it now. It's too late, Gerard. You can't get out of it now.
If we don't read the chapter because it's an hour, I don't know. Gerard's
an hour. Yeah, we already an hour.
What's happening?
2 hours, I think, almost.
What chapter are you looking at?
Knowledge of Atum. It's all the way page 112. Okay, I just wanted to read this one part because we were talking about it, right? Becoming godlike and stuff like that. So in this one part, it says, okay, if it is possible to talk to the substance of Atum, God, substance of God, then mind is the very divine substance. Although only Atum, God, knows its precise nature, mind is not separate from God, but emanates from him. Like light from the sun, in human beings, mind produces divinity. Through mind, some become godlike. For as Osiris teaches, gods are immortal men, and men are mortal gods.
But I think, but is it not through mind combined with the heart? Because the mind can, I mean, what I believe is when the mind is totally on its own, maybe of the brain, then you get, you create people like Elon Musk and like Hitler and things, because they are not they're not, the heart's not into it. It has to be both way. Heart and mind has to work together, or you're lost.
And that's something that the ancient Greeks and the Chinese are all in agreement on. Is in fact, the Chinese say there's only one. They only have one in their ancient literature. Mind and heart. Dash. It was one thing for them. And the Greeks are always saying you got to get your mind and your heart to cooperate with each other, otherwise you're just fucked.
Well, isn't the heart like in the Emerald Tablet, the heart's fire? I feel like that's your soul, passion, whatever, right? And then the mind, because the mind can never be imprisoned, right? It's like, well, I mean, it can be, of course.
Yeah, it is imprisoned. Come on.
Like that's free, right? Like nothing moves faster than thought. And and like it's not like the mind isn't your brain. It's the waves that come in and out of it, right? And so if everything is energy and you have the source, then mind is what, you know what I mean? But I feel like the heart is more like the soul. So if your heart is bad, right? They weigh your heart against the feather to see if you're a good or bad person.
I think the soul is in the heart, but the heart is more than the soul. And then you have the spirit. There is the glass of wine, they have the water, and there is the
bread.
Yeah, the wine, the glass, and the one who drinks it, and that's soul, heart, and spirit. But that's very hard. I mean, and I don't know how to explain it very well. I have to look it up. There are 3 different things, but they are in each other entangled. But they're 3 different things: heart, soul, and spirit. But it's difficult. I'll do it next time. I will find it.
Yeah.
It's yeah. And
because
sorry,
I don't think either it's all mind, but I do think like I said, we have to start thinking in terms of energy, right? And our heart generates like an electromagnetic field, but your brain waves are a different kind of energy. So like you said, you have to have that energy in balance, right?
Yeah, that's energy anyhow. Yes, otherwise, it's but when the brain is enlightened, it automatically connects with the heart. That's where you have enlightened people. They automatically are in touch with the wisdom. And wisdom comes from the heart, and logic comes from the brain, and they both have to work together. It's like the native people, they were more heart people, they had wisdom, but they were not so much thinkers in the form of technique and technical. That's the West who is more technical evolved. And there's the beautiful book that I once said, like nor dog, nor wolf, nor dog. That native Indian said, if we could work together, like the West with its technical evolution and our wisdom together, we would have created a heaven. And I believe that. And that's a really beautiful book. It's actually a good book to read also.
Well, that was Atlantis and real ancient Egypt, like when Solon visited it, right? They were very technologically advanced, but they were also more mentally, spiritually advanced also. Their whole society was built upon not like money or greed or power or military strength or anything like that. It was based on the seeking of knowledge.
Yeah. And the seeking of truth,
Yeah. And not like we do.
Seeking
seek the truth. Study to show thyself approved. Were you calling me because you're about to wrap up and you don't want to get dry here? Because I'm hauling water and I'm just getting into the dirt roads. So you're going to be here for another 30 minutes, or we're going to wrap it up now.
Yeah, it's good.
Well, we can wrap it up now.
Yeah, we can wrap it up now.
All right.
Okay.
Wrap it up. Anyone got any last words?
Gerard, I missed you. Glad you got your water.
Thank you. I miss you too. And let everybody know, Susan is a very real Jersey girl. She's not an online avatar. She's not AI. She's a real person. And so is Jonathan. We're not sure about Christine yet. We're going to find out here shortly.
We're not sure Christine's real. She's real.
Yeah, I will watch you. Saving their nights in your sit here in Belgium.
Yeah.
No.
I'm as real as it gets. Well, I'm real. Like I am here. I'm here I'm like this all the time, except for it goes into expansive dances and songs.
Awesome. All right, well, I shall tell Sabash said hi, or his kids. I'm gonna go see him in another day or two and grab the rest of those windows. But listen, appreciate everybody. This is Christine, Susan, Jonathan, and Gerard. A certain percentage of broadcast for ancient knowledge and ongoing discussion. You guys have a great day now.
Right.
Bye. Okay, let's